So the Niners might win a playoff game this year if they get there. I know the Rams haven't won a playoff game since they won the Super Bowl 3 years ago. Are the Niners going to be sliding into a time like the Rams are going through right now, or are they going to have a quick bounce back? What do you guys think? When's the next time the Niners are going to win a playoff game?
Next year.
The year after next.
Next year. Yeah.
To me, the 49ers are just going to get older. They haven't already drafted the pieces they need to be better next year on the offensive line. They should have done that last year, the year before that. They still have to draft replacements for Brendel, Trent Taylor, Colton McKivitz. Banks is going to be a free agent. Who knows what's going to happen to Greenlaw? He might be gone. Huff might be gone. Nick Bosa's older. George Kittle's older. CMC's older. Debo's older. I feel like they are next year. Like they might have a better record next year, but I don't see how they have a better roster. I think it's going to take 2 years for this team to get back in it.
I think they're a couple years behind everybody right now in the NFC. That's good. I mean, you've got the Lions who have a jump start. They're where we were at like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You've got the Eagles that they just always stay good. I mean, their roster construction has been phenomenal for a long time now, long time. So they're ahead of the curve. You've got Arizona and Seattle who have started their rebuild a year or two ago. So they're a couple years ahead of the 49ers. I don't think that the 49ers win a playoff game until the 2027 season. So not next year or the year after. I think we're 3 years away from them winning another playoff game personally.
Damn, that's bleak. I'm going to say they'll win another playoff game when they get a new head coach. I think Kyle's done
2035.
Yeah, I think Kyle's done here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Yorks will let him. I think he has to win playoff games to stay employed in year 8, 9, 10. And he's not going to do it this year. I don't see what's going to be so different about next year. You could swap out Nick Sorensen and bring in, Dennis Allen or whatever, but it's not going to be better. The culture's still the problem. The problem with this team is the culture, and he's the one who sets it, and he doesn't even realize that. So I think when they get a new coach, then we could talk about it. But until then, this is going to be a team that's going to be somewhere between 7-10 and 10-7 and a first round exit from the playoffs.
Well, that's making the playoffs.
Sure. But we're talking about when they're going to win the playoff game.
Oh, winning a playoff game.
Yeah, it was right. We wrote it, and then I said it.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's going to be a couple of years. I'll tell you this. Listen, man, today's a long day. So look, kind of just recant, kind of bring that back. All right. Yeah, I think it's going to be about 2-3 years. But I do think they'll make the playoffs next year because I think we'll just kind of get like the push, the last like final push from Kyle to do everything because he's going to coach scared next year. I saw it when he was with the Commanders back in 2012, and I saw them rail off 7 games in a row because he completely changed that offense. He threw it all down. He did it for his father, right? His dad was about to get canned, and he literally changed the whole offense. And for 3 months, it was weird. But for 2 to 3 months, Kyle he had self-awareness. He was changing things on the fly. I think this year, in my opinion, organization is livid with him. They have to be for how the offseason happened and for them to pay the money that they paid and for it to roll out the way it has this year. These haven't been just losses that we saw coming. A lot of these losses have been shocking. In my opinion, I think that next year he's going to push everything just to make the playoffs. But in 2 to 3 years, no, I don't see it. The free agency with the new contracts, and then the other teams are coming. So we had our window last year. We got to get back to the back of the line, get back to the queue.
Good news, Niner fans. Check out the Saints. That's going to be you. We got about a couple minutes left. Let's hit these last super chats and get going. Stop sending super chats. The show is ending. Alan from Cole says, do you think it's best if we don't make the playoffs? Best? No, make the playoffs if you can.
Tampico,
man. It's good for you too. It's nutritious. Got a lot of vitamins. Keith Murphy, the unbeaten, says, Coach, if your son can ball, he gets fresh shoes. If he sits the bench, hand-me-downs.
Yeah, that's true.
Habitual line stepper says, the coach got it. We're talking about Piccolo. I'm looking at pictures of Piccolo. I see it. Our Illustri says, took Shanny years to build a Super Bowl roster. Harbaugh took the existing roster and took them to the Super Bowl. Maybe they can get Harbaugh. Oh. Keith Murphy, the unbeaten, says, isn't Greenlaw a free agent? He might want to put some tape out there and not sit this season. That is true. MD 2020 says, unfortunately, I predict the Niners get obliterated by the Bills 49-17. Dobbs will play in the full fourth quarter. 49. And that's
17.
completely.
I'm more shocked by 17. Like, you think they're going to score 17?
Yeah, with Brandon Allen in the snow.
No.
Good call. Shake and Bake says, if you're the GM and the Niners miss the playoffs, what are your next moves to bring this team back to Super Bowl contention? Well, we have 2 seconds to get into that one. Fire Kyle. Okay, Rodney Herron, I speak for everyone, I think, says, Kyle is Will Smith, Grant is Chris Rock. Get my running back out of here. Wow. Wow. MD 2020 says, speaking of winning, propers to Grant getting over 121K subs. Baby. I love the show. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Keith Murphy, the unbeaten, says, I say next year win a playoff game, but they don't have to pay Brock. 2 losing seasons in a row with a quarterback in a rookie scale is a fireable offense. He's on the verge of his 4th losing season in 10. He's on the verge of his 4th losing season in 8 years. Andy Reid's had 3 in 26. Tomlin's had 0 in 18. John Harbaugh's had 1 in 17. And that's not the end all be all stat of a coach, but if you're a really good coach, I'm thinking you can avoid 7 and 10. Let's see if Kyle can do it this year, guys. Great show. Coach was the best one today. Coach wins. I base that on nothing.
Oh, yeah. Is this what we're doing? I didn't know that.
No, I just decided that right. Coach wins. Hold on. Let me look at my. Yeah, man, he won by a little bit. Good one.
But in fairness, we all decided we were tanking.
That's true. We were punting this game. We do better next week. Hey, guys, thank you. Joshua, what did I tell you, Joshua? We'll be the Saints. Carr is ranked 5th in adjusted EPA, though. We could, right?